Hello, I'm going to show you how you can navigate the Quiz Gemini Docs tool. So first thing, when you click on the link, it will force a copy. This is what that screen looks like. So we're going to click Make a Copy, and you can see it has this little pop-up yellow box that says the attached app scripts file and functionality will also be copied. So with this copy of the doc, it will have the tool built into it. We're going to click Make a Copy. So what I suggest is giving this a new name. Within the tool, it will give you the option to name the quiz or the slideshow that you create. So once it loads, you can see now in our menu we have this Quiz Gemini in the menu now. When we click on that, it's a drop down. So there's Google Form Quiz Creator, there's Canvas Quiz Creator, then this Slides Generator. It does say beta. Just keep in mind all these things are still in beta. That means that there may be some tweaks that need to be made. So if you experience a problem, please feel free to email me and we can work on looking and seeing what's going on. And then what you would do is if this gets revised, that you will just have to make a copy of the doc again to bring over any revisions. And I will send you an email. That's why I had you fill out the Google form. If there's any changes that are made, I will email you to let you know that you need to make another copy of the doc so that you can get all the latest changes. So we're going to start out with Google Form Quiz Creator. So when I click on that, it will pop up this authorization required. So we're going to click OK. It's also going to pop up this. This kind of looks like a scary screen, but it's fine. So we're going to click Select All because you know that this is a trustworthy source. If it was not a trustworthy source, then you would not give this permission. After you give permission, it will pop you back over to your doc and it will have this menu showing for you. You can click the Watch the Tutorial, which is what you're watching now. And then this AI question generator, this is where we'll click on first. So you can see there's different choices here. Choose the first one here. What this will do, this will pop out a new tab with this gem loading for you. All you have to do is type in a grade level and your standard or standards that you're working on, or a topic or skill. So we're going to do 5th grade. And what this should do, if it's still missing some information, it will prompt you what it's still needing. So we're going to do 5th grade main idea. So then it's going to ask you some more questions. So what genre would you like for this to be? So we're going to do fiction. And then it's going to ask you for question types and quantities. So since this is a Google form, it supports all the different Google form question types. So we're going to do, let's do 5 multiple choice. We'll do 2 multiple answer, which multiple answer will be the check boxes. And then we'll do one short answer. And what this should do, this should populate your passage and then these questions. As with anything generated with artificial intelligence, make sure that you vet this and make sure it aligns before you use this with your students. So with this, it produced our passage. It tells the word count. It tells the estimated Lexile level. There's your questions. And then section 2 is the rationale and answer key for you as the teacher. It also brings in the scaffolding and the teacher insights so that if you need to reteach, you're certainly able to use those strategies. All we have to do now is copy what was generated in section 1. So that includes the title all the way down to the last question. And so after you copy that, we're going to go back over to our Google Doc. We're going to paste. And then we're going to come back over to our Google Form Quiz Creator menu. If you want to look at the formatting guide, this is just showing you what is needed for this to work, which the gem that we copied this from should have formatted this correctly. You've got a form output type, so by default it chooses standard survey. That means it's ungraded. We're wanting this to be a graded quiz. Then you can tell how many points each question's worth. Let's say each question's worth 2 points. We're going to leave all questions required, and then we're going to click validate formatting. So it tells you if there's any issues. It tells us that it's found 5 multiple choice, 2 check boxes, which that is the multiple answer, 1 short answer, and 1 block of text, which that's our passage. Now, autofix math for forms, we don't have to worry about because this is not math. We're going to give this a name. So the name is up to you. For our demonstration purposes, I'm going to name this the standard or standards that this covers. And you can see in the question, it tells us what standard is aligned to the question. That's something you need to double check on as the teacher. And then I'm going to click Create Google Form. This may take just a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes to create the form. Once it's ready, it gives us the success and then the link to click on to look at our form. So you can see, here's our passage. Here's our questions. If you click on the question, it shows the that's already put what the correct answer is. It's marked that. It put how many points this is worth. And then you're able, if you wanted to customize this further by changing the background, you can do that. Or you can leave it as it is. And then this is ready to, if you're K5, you can share this in your Google Classroom. If you wanted to share this with students older than 5th grade, you can click the copy responder link and share this with your students. Also, as a final tip for you, if you want to kind of expand your boundaries, you are able to use this document tool. If you do not want to generate questions with AI, you are able to type in your questions directly, depending on which quiz creator that you want to use. You can click on that and then click on formatting guide, and it tells you what each question needs in order for it to work with the quiz creator. So that is the Gem Docs tool. Hopefully you find this beneficial. As always, if you experience any issues or have questions, feel free to email me